Hello, everybody. Welcome along. It is watch along time for a Monday night, and it is a gigantic, huge, massive, top of the table promotion, head to head, mouthwatering matchup. You name it. We love it. It is Leeds versus Sunderland. Leeds in second, poised to go top with a positive result. Sunderland in fourth, going to be trying to close things up. At the end of the night, we could have Leeds 10 points ahead of Sunderland, or we could have Sunderland 5 points behind Leeds. You know how it all works with these head-to-heads. And let's get straight in there and say a big thank you to Cara, who is always in there nice and quickly. £2 on the super chat. Thank you so much, Cara. Leeds are getting humbled. There we go. We will see what happens. That's Cara's view. You are entitled to yours. Also down there in the chat, get involved. Shall we say some hellos? We can say plenty tonight because we've got half an hour's lead time. We're also live up there on TikTok. If you're a TikTok user, it's Benjamin Bloom FC over on TikTok, and you can join us up there tonight. Welcome. Who are we talking to? Brian. Liam, your whippersnapper. Happy 25th tomorrow. Happy birthday, Liam. That sounds tremendous. Ian, welcome to you, representing their channel members. Ahoy down here. Ewan, Planet Bull, Ashley, another one. Tasty must-win game for Sunderland. Liam, the Michael Bridges derby. I'm looking at him in the studio with Joby and Warnock and Jules in there right now. Mustafa, welcome to you. Kieran, member for 1 month. Thank you so much. Very excited for this game. Ian predicts a riot. Nat, I'm good. Buddy, Graham, welcome to you. Lee, Filthy, and Danny. Everybody's here in the chat. Should we go straight in with a like spike then? Could you please help me out? Hit the thumbs up button wherever you're watching. We're live here on YouTube and Twitter. We're also live up there on TikTok tonight. So do your thumbs or your flowers or your diamonds, whatever it is up there on TikTok. And yeah, let's do that right now. You've got 11 seconds. Let's go for a like spike. Okay, so let's have a little looky at what went down in the championship so far this round. This is obviously game number 12 of round. What round are we on now? Is it 33? It's 33, isn't it? Someone will remind me or correct me if it's not. So we're right on the back end of this, and things have developed as such. We started over on Friday night, where it was. So I'm scrolling all over the place here. QPR 4, Derby 0. Into the Saturdays, it was Cardiff 1, Bristol City 1, Oxford 0, Pompey 2. And up at the top of significance was Preston 0, Burnley 0, which gives opportunity to all the teams at the top. One of them has already cashed in. So we'll say Hull 1, Norwich 1. And that one of them is Sheffield United. It was Luton 0, Sheffield United 1. So they have taken advantage in the top four of the Burnley slip. And from a Sheffield United point of view, they can't really lose tonight, can they? Because one or other of these teams, maybe both, will be dropping points tonight. You just want to be the right side of the fence here, don't you? You want to be the one winning. Middlesbrough 0, Watford 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Coventry 2, Stoke 3, Swansea 1, Millwall 1, West Brom 1, which takes us up to tonight's game. And as we have mentioned, this is exactly what the table looks like. Up at the top of the EFL Championship, Sheffield United, number 1, 70 points. Leeds, 69. So a draw for Leeds puts them back on top. A win for Leeds puts them back 2 points clear. And pretty impressive 72 points it would be from 32 games. We're always looking at 2 points per game would take you to, is it 32 they played? It'd be 33, won't it? It would take you to 66. There'd be 6 points ahead of the 2 points per game standard, which is obviously 92 points. If you're 6 points ahead of the 2 points per game standard at the end of the season, you are scoring 98 points, which would be a hell of a total for anybody. And that's what Leeds are going to be on for or looking for. some pretty rudimentary maths there, but if they can get the win tonight, interestingly, so Burnley drew, and they have drawn 14 times this season, 11 times 0-0 draws for Burnley. They're on 65. That means were Leeds to win, you would now have a big gap between first and second and third and fourth. You'd have Leeds 72, Sheffield United 70. Then it would go 65 and 62. So there is almost an argument that a Leeds United win tonight splits the top four. And if you are Burnley or Sunderland, you don't want that top four being split. You want everybody jockeying. Yeah. When you're ahead in the promotion race, you want as few teams as possible in the conversation. When you're chasing, you want as many as possible in the conversation. And Sunderland and Burnley right now are chasing. They could do with a four-way shootout. Leeds and Sheffield United could do with a two-way shootout. But what if Sunderland win? That then compacts everything. If Sunderland win, it's a pretty good weekend for Sheffield United. And I do think the draw is a problem tonight. The draw really, I know it puts Leeds top of the table, but the draw would mean Sheffield United had taken 2 points out of all three of their other promotion rivals this round. So even though Sheffield United wouldn't go top, you would say they had won the weekend. Although next week it is Leeds versus Sheffield United, Sheffield United versus Leeds, that way round. Another huge game next week. That is the size of it up at the top of the table. It is brilliantly poised, isn't it? Should we have a look at some comments, you lot? What do we got here in the chat? We'll say hi to Gizmo and to Jeff. Annie, good evening, fellow humans. There we go. Tom, whoever goes up this season will be back. Oh, there you go. It's positivity for you. There you go, Tom. Let me enjoy their promotion first. Etienne, welcome. Mind blown. Welcome. My family are wonderful. Thanks. Half term as well. So my daughter has been with Grandma, Nandi, to the Build-A-Bear workshop. See if you can guess in the comments how much a Build-A-Bear was for Enid today. A Hello Kitty Build-A-Bear. See if you can guess in the comments. I bet you can't guess. What else have we got here? Who's my money on tonight, Helen? I think I went 2-0 Leeds with Sam Parkin in the prediction. I think Sam went 2-1 Leeds. So we were both on Leeds, which would be, that's what I think is going to happen. Obviously, as a neutral for the title race, you kind of want Sunderland to get something, don't you? But I've gone for Leeds tonight. Simon, welcome to you. Has that gone through, Luke Williams? I know there was a big rumour and some of the heavy journalists. Let's see your guesses here. You're close on 50 and 60. Ridiculous. 55 quid, the Build-A-Bear. Bless Shaylee's mum, paid for the... To be fair, she got the ballerina dress and the shoes and the hair bow. She got all of the additions on the Build-A-Bear. But yeah, there you go. Right, we need to say some more hellos here. Alessandro, I think more likely, the draw is more likely result. Yeah. The draw isn't a disaster for Leeds. It's great for Sheffield United. It's not helpful for Sunderland, is it? You really do feel Sunderland want to get the win tonight, don't they? Hector, welcome to you. Have I said hello to everybody down here? You wonderful people. I think I have. Peter and Lee popping up at the bottom there as well. Anybody else? Right, I think we are good to go. There you go, 55 quid. Well spent by my mum-in-law. Well, I'm very grateful. I haven't got 55 quid to buy a bloody teddy with, so there we go. Struggers, welcome to you in the chat. Have I said hello to everybody? I think we are all good. Right, should we get into the team news tonight? Leeds versus Sheffield United. Sunderland with Sheffield United on the brain after that, going through the league table there. Normal questions to you. Who are you looking forward to seeing? Who is your potential match winner in this one? My iPad is trying to advertise me men's polo shirts. I do not know why. Not really aware of men's polo shirts. So, yeah, they're a bit out on that one. Anyway, as we go to our team lineups. Leeds versus Sunderland line-up times. Obviously, we're at the point in the season now where we're past the second transfer window. We're just very familiar with what everybody's first team is. So let's bring these up right now. Leeds United, Ilan Meslier in goal, who was the story of the previous game between these two. He threw one in, didn't he? Bless him at the end for a 2-2 draw. Across the back for Leeds, Firpo and Bogle are the fullbacks. It's Rodon and Ampadu. I think Leeds ideally would be playing Ampadu in midfield here, but of course an injury to Pascal Struijk means he's back in at centre-back. He's very good, Ampadu, wherever he's put. In central midfield, it is Tanaka and Grueff is in for Leeds. Dan James has been in brilliant form, hasn't he? He's on the right wing. Manu Solomon is on the left wing. It's Brendan Aronson in the 10. And Joel Piroe. How many goals has he got this season? See if I can quickly press button on my iPad. 14 and 20 goal contributions for Piroe this season. Let's have a little look at the bench here for Leeds, where it's Darlow, Schmidt, Guiavogi. Struijk is there on the bench. Byram, Rothwell, Ramazani, Joseph, and Nonto. Let me know who your potential match winners are there for Leeds United, who you are looking forward to seeing. We're up on TikTok here. I've put the phone so far away and I'm so blooming blind. I can't read your comments up there. So apologies. I can acknowledge that comments are going to go, Logan, we're going to win 3-0. There you go. I managed to read one of them up there on TikTok as well. The old fuddy-duddy that I am. Regis Lebris is on my screen right now, and he has selected Anthony Patterson in goal. Trey Hume and Dennis Sirkin are the fullbacks. Dan Ballard and Luke O'Neill are the centre-backs. And then, again, with these teams, we just know exactly who they are favouring. And we've seen this many times before. It's Neil and Bellingham in central midfield. Roberts and the really exciting Enzo Lafie are on the wings. Das Wunderkid, Chris Rigg, and Wilson Isidore is up top. So two very settled teams, very good teams, very well coached. You'd say Leeds have the better squad. They were a year 2 parachute team here. Leeds got some Premier League players still left over in those squads. Leeds. But Sunderland, they've just been brilliant this season. They're really, really well coached. They will give Leeds a game, although I do think Leeds are favourites here. On the bench for the Black Cats, Moore, Mepham, Hjelde, Brown, Paveda, Alexic, Samed, Mayenda, and Mundell. That is what Regis Lebris has got to play with. And I've got some comments to play with. Should we read some out here? In the chat, what are we thinking here? We're thinking Bellingham as a potential match winner. First goal is important here. If Sunderland get, well, I very much agree with that. You do feel if Leeds get the first goal, it's problematic, isn't it? Leeds are so good at home. Lafie, Bellingham, yeah, Tanaka. Nice to see the creative players being picked out here as well. Wilson Isidore, his ability to cope with Rodon and Ampadu will be tested. Yeah, got to try and avoid both of them at some point and just run in behind and in between the two of them very much. Hasn't it? Oof. This is a big game. Becomes interesting if Sunderland managing to own it. Very, very much does. Look, there is the legend, the GOAT. He's there, Matt SB. He wants 100 likes. If Matt SB wants 100 likes, give him 100 likes. By the way, Matt SB is on the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel together. We got Matt's views on the bottom end of the Premier League and the race for Europe. Matt's EFL alumni as well in the Premier League Check-In podcast today. Great collaboration with me and Matt. I would say that, but he's a great YouTuber and we really welcome him on to the channel each and every week. Here, need more cowbell. Own goal somewhere along the way. Interesting. Any more in the comments here? Solomon to get a late winner. Kieran, Ben, James was devastated. Dan James has been devastating against quite a lot of teams now, hasn't he? Aaron, no dog in the fight. I'd love to see Sunderland win to keep things excited. I mean, that's an objective fact, isn't it, Aaron? If I put my neutral hat on, you almost want the Sunderland win, don't you? Because that would tighten it up. It's going to be hard, though, isn't it? Leeds so good at Elland Road. Let me just give you some stats on that. If I bring up the home table, Leeds' home points are ungodly. 41 points from Leeds. So pretty much if Leeds get 4 more points at home, they could have not played a single away game, not even turned up, lost all of them, and they'd still survive in the Championship. They've been so good at home. They've only lost 1 game, and they have 13 victories in 16 at Elland Road. They have been utterly superb. And Sam Parkin brought this up on the Championship Check-In podcast. That atmosphere in that game against Leicester, sort of this time last season, and it was very much, that was an 11 and a half man, wasn't it? So, yes. Right. Should we do some predictions, you lot, in the chat? I want your predictions for this game. My usual plea says, I don't need you to be clever. I don't need you to be funny. I don't need you to be smart or sarcastic. All I want is literally a couple of names and a couple of numbers. So get your predictions in the comments. I need it to say Leeds, something, Sunderland. I think I went 2-0 and Sam, in fact, I've got my pad right here. Is that right? No, it's the wrong. I've got many pads. My Premier League predictions are on that pad, but I think the other one's in the house. Anyway, get your predictions in. I'm pretty sure I went 2-0. And Sam went 2-1 in favour of Leeds. So let us know if you agree with that or if you disagree. Either way, get your predictions in. You've got 24 seconds along with my waffle beforehand. Get them in up on TikTok as well. Right, let's get into your predictions over here on YouTube. And it looks like we have got plenty of them. Someone's going to get this one bob on, aren't they? Let's have a looky here. Where are we going to start? I'm scrolling all the way up. And I'm going to start here. 3-1 Leeds, 2-1 Leeds, 2-0 Leeds, 3-1 Leeds, 4-3, 0-0. Desmond, 0-0. 3-0 Leeds. Come on, someone give me a Sunderland win. Somebody. Desmond. 3-2 Leeds, 3-1, 3-0. Thank you, Aaron. There we go. Leeds 2, Sunderland 3. God, I've had 5 goals. 3-1 Leeds. Desmond. There you go. Metzier. 2-1 Sunderland. 3-1 Leeds, 3-2 Sunderland. Only a couple of 0-0. It's not Burnley tonight, is it, eh? Desmond, 3-all. Captain Star-Lord, I'll take it. 5-0. Optimistic. Get your money on that. You'll clear up if that comes in. 1-0, 2-1 Sunderland, 5-0 away win. I think we're getting some emotional ones in here. Let's bang through all of these. 3-2 Leeds, 2-0 Leeds, 1-1, 2-0 Leeds, 4-1 Leeds, 1-0 Sunderland, 2-1 Sunderland. Desmond, 3-1 Leeds, 2-1 Sunderland, 2-1 Leeds, 3-1 Leeds. Desmond, there are quite a few Desmonds. I like that. 0-1 Sunderland, 1-1. There you go. Those are mine and Sam's predictions. We were both on Leeds. 2-1 Leeds. Anybody for anybody else? Simon, 2-1 Sunderland. Paul, 2-1. I guess that's 2-1 Leeds. Sam, 0. Effing 0. There we go. 1-1 says Ant. Thank you, everybody, for your predictions. Muchly appreciated here tonight on the channel. Shall we play a quick game of Like Spike? And then I think we might play Where in the World. I'm quite interested in that. Or should we play Who's Your Team? Let me know. Do you want to play Who's Your Team or Where in the World? You can give a shout out for your hometown or you can give a shout out for the team you support. Before you do that, give me a like spike. You've got 11 seconds. Hit the thumbs up button. Go. And you on TikTok and you on Twitter. Right. Thank you, everybody. I think, because Ben said it here, I think we're going to play Who's Your Team. I want to see if I can get the right. I bet it's because it's quite. Tell me, I bet that's the first note. Tell me who's your team. If that's the first note, I've got relative pitch, not perfect pitch. All I need you to do is type in the name of the team you support. I want to give all the teams you support a shout out, whoever they are. Please, only one team in there. Right, is this the right note? Da, da. Ladies and gentlemen, Benjamin Bloom with the perfect pitch. That was the right note, wasn't it? Maybe a little bit on the flat side, a little bit pitchy, wasn't it? But it was clearly the right note, wasn't it? I'm quite pleased with that, actually. Right, I want to give a shout out to as many of your teams as possible. By the way, I support Ipswich Town. They always get to go first, don't they? Right, who we got here? Let's give a shout out to Leeds, Everton, Leicester, Coventry, Man United, Coventry, Ipswich, Sheffield United, Norwich, Ajax, Sunderland. I love all these teams represented here. Leeds, Coventry, Derby, Leeds, Watford, Burnley, Derby, Wrexham, Leeds, QPR. We're going to shout out all your teams. Shrewsbury Town, Carl, Leeds, Norwich, Ipswich Town, Coventry, Doncaster. Who else have we got? Whoever is playing Stoke. Okay, Liverpool, Blades, Wednesday, Sunderland, Blackburn, Leeds, QPR. There's loads of QPR fans in here. Southampton, Leeds, Derby, Leeds, QPR, Wolves, United. Which one? Leeds, Wolves, Rugby Town. That's a new one. Sheffield United, the Mighty Tractor Boys, QPR, Doncaster. Sheffield United, Leeds. We got 100 likes. Leeds, Norwich, Leeds, Blades, Ipswich, Coventry, Seaton United. I don't know who that is. Norwich, Bali United, Leeds fan from India, Rajiv, welcome. Watford, there we go. The last shout out is going to Watford. Few hours in the chat. That was great, guys. We've got so many different clubs represented in here. There were ungodly number of QPR fans in the chat. Loads of Leeds, as you would imagine, for a home game here. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. Love that from all of you guys. Right, we are just a few minutes away from kickoff. Let me tell you how you can support this stream. Little bit of pluggery here. The easiest way is just to interact. That is absolutely free. Like, comment, subscribe. You can donate like the beautiful Cara did earlier, like she always does. £2 there on the super chat. You can do it via super chat or super sticker. You can go and support and join up over on YouTube or Patreon. I would recommend you do it on YouTube because we're kind of moving the Patreon stuff across to YouTube. Just easier to have it all in one place. But we really, really appreciate every little bit of support we get from you guys. Thank you very, very muchly indeed. Right, let's have another run through the teams. Then I think we're probably expecting Sky's turbo break, and then we will be back for kickoff. Here it is. For Leeds, Meslier, Firpo, Bogle, Ampadu, Rodon, Tanaka, Gruev, James, Aronson, Solomon, and Piru is the starting 11 for Leeds, with on the bench Darlow, Schmidt, Guiavogi, Strack, Byram, Rothwell, Ramazani, Joseph, and Nonto. For Sunderland, the Black Cats, Patterson, Hume, Sirkin, Ballard, O'Neill, Neil, Bellingham, Lefay, Roberts, Rigg, Isidore. On the bench for Sunderland, Moore, Mepham, Hjelde, Brown, Paveda, Alexic, Samed, Mayenda, and Mundell. As things stand, Leeds United, 1 point off the top. Leeds draw, they go top. Leeds win, they go 2 points clear at the top. Sunderland win, they go within 5 points, 4 points of Leeds and 5 points of the top. Sunderland draw kind of helps Sheffield United. Obviously, that would be a Leeds draw as well. If Leeds win, we have a 10-point gap between Leeds and Sunderland. A Leeds United win tonight splits the top 4 as we go into the final 13 rounds of the EFL Championship season. Matt SB's been policing this. I think we've got 100 likes. Let's do one more like spike as Ethan Ampadu and Dan Neil are set to lead out the two teams in this brilliant top of the table, mouth-watering matchup in the EFL Championship. One more like spike. Let's do it. Thank you so much. As you can imagine, I don't have the sound on because I'm doing a watch along, but you can feel the big match feel. Look at Elland Road. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Floodlights, beautiful crisp picture from Sky TV, beautiful crisp pitch from the ground staff there. Loads and loads of white scarves we can see. Sunderland sell out every away end they ever go to, so they'll be making some noise in that. What's that stand? Is it John Charles' stand, the one with the hard cam in it? Amazing stuff. Great arena for football, and I am really looking forward to it. I'm seeing these fists going up. I know that means Marching On Together is playing a brilliant, rousing anthem before the games. It is Leeds versus Sunderland. Are you ready? I'm ready. I said, are you ready? I'm going to go all WWE on you there. Really been looking forward to this one. I've got to say, we were really looking forward to the Leeds Burnley head-to-head. It was a bit crap, wasn't it? But Sunderland aren't Burnley, and Burnley have been very strong defensively, but have drawn a lot of games 0-0 this season. Right, last load of comments before we get into this. And oh god, we've got some super chats going in here. Thank you so much, Ben. You absolute legend there. $4.99 on the super chat. Very, very kind. Thank you so much, Ben. Great supporter there. Big Watford fan there. Love these watch alongs. Hashtag leave your bias at the door. Dave, absolute legend. Towards a bottle of something nice for you and Shaylee, or a pair of shoes for a Build-A-Bear. Hello, Kitty. Whatever you think, Dave. Thank you. Dave's a great friend now and has been a long-time supporter of the channel. What else have we got here? Lucy, thank you so much, Lucy, my dear. £5 on the super chat. Really, really greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much, everybody. We've got to say a big thank you as well. And I'm so sorry if I'm butchering this. It's either Rajiv or Rajiv. I can't pronounce it. I'm sorry. I'm going to go with Rajiv. I think it normally is with Indian sounding names. So Rajiv, however I pronounce it, thank you so much for becoming a YouTube member. Greatly appreciated down there. Woof. Right. Are we ready to go? It is Leeds versus Sunderland. I'm a bit hyped up for this one. I've got to say, I bought some, like a little thing of churros. You know, like the Mexican snack where you dip them in chocolate. And Shaylee doesn't like cinnamon. So they didn't get eaten. And I kind of waved them at her just before she went up. She's just doing some work at the moment while Enid's in bed. And she said, no, you eat them. So I tell you what, I caned like 10 churros just before we started. And I've caned a whole black coffee as well. So I'm hyper as anything on sugar and caffeine tonight. And really looking forward to this one. Right, I'm spinning around this way, guys. I'm spinning around for Leeds versus Sunderland. Right, let's do this. Championship, top of the table action. Monday night football. The 12th game of round 33. Should be absolutely brilliant, this one. Here we go from Elland Road. It's Leeds versus Sunderland. And we are off and running. With Leeds kicking off. And the ball is back with Rodon and Ampadu. Sunderland just get into their shape. Leeds centre-backs just having a little feel of the ball. as we start the first phase of what's sure to be a brilliant game. Knocked into central midfield for Bellingham. He turns, knocks it back to Sirkin. Sirkin to Lefay, who's been a great signing so far. He looks an absolute baller, doesn't he? Really exciting player, Enzo Lefay. And the ball is out on the right-hand side. How can you survive coffee at night? I'd be a wreck in the morning. Mate, I have a cowbell. I have a 3-year-old daughter, so I could probably drink a coffee at 11 p.m. and still be absolutely knackered at the end of the day. Swansea have announced that Luke Williams has been sacked. Wow. There you go. Rajiv, we're going with. Rajiv, thanks so much for becoming a member. Greatly appreciated. And apologies for butchering your name several different ways. Right, Sunderland have got it at right back, fed into Ballard, who steps away from Piru. Tries a big switch of play. Good ball. Good touch by Lefay, who's powering down the left-hand side. Lefay towards the box, cuts it back. Going to be an early chance. Bellingham, good save from Meslier. It's going to fall for Roberts. Good block. Bellingham again. Oh, big chance for Sunderland to take the lead twice there. Meslier did well. It was Bellingham with the first shot. There was a slip as that ball went into the box. Cross comes in from the right on the recycle. Good opening for Sunderland there. Meslier does well. Leeds still can't clear it. And it's now with Bogle. Wow. Chance early for Sunderland in this one. As Lefay went down the left-hand side, he crosses it in. I can't see who it was. Someone slipped, which opened it up for Bellingham. I'm trying to wait for the replay to see whose chance was better, Bellingham's or Roberts on the follow-up. But here come Leeds on the counter. That's just pinched in the right-back area. Great start to this one because Sunderland are now attacking down the right with Roberts, Rigg, Hume, Roberts feeds it into the box. Wow. Really, really open start to the game. Great stuff. Right, let's have a good look at this. It was a good ball by Ballard. Look at this touch by Lefay. Woof. See you later. He's got a real touch of the Buendias, Lefay, hasn't he? And it was 44. It's Grueff who slipped. He would have cut that out. He lands on his backside. And there's the chance for Bellingham, who doesn't quite get it in the corner, does he? In comes Roberts again. And that's really good from Meslier. Good start to the game for the keeper who, as we say, threw one in the first game. But he's made a great double save there at the start of this one. Over it goes down the right wing for Leeds. Knocked out by Bogle. Ben, have you got any tattoos? Right, I've got one tattoo. I'm wearing double long sleeves tonight. I have a beautiful, you can't see that, can you? Can't get my arm round. A beautiful piano keyboard on my forearm there. That is the only one I have, though. And it was bloody painful. I don't know how you guys with multiple tattoos do it. Maybe it gets easier with each one, but yeah, ouch. Hoisted forward from the left-back area, nodded down by Gruev, who slipped in the build-up to that Bellingham chance. You tell me in the chat, whose chance was better? It's probably Bellingham's, wasn't it? Meslier was right out on top. Oh, Bogle has stolen that right high up on the right wing. Tries to get round O'Neill. It's knocked back. Tanaka. James. Tanaka. Rodon. Leeds getting a bit of possession. Best chance of the game so far has gone to Sunderland. Here is Bogle down the right-hand side. Bogle tries to get the cross. I think, is that gone out for a corner? It's gone out. Question for the chat, Matt. Are these the two biggest championship clubs? Probably, aren't they? In terms of the fan bases. I know you can argue the history angle on lots of things. But yeah, in terms of, you know, people showing up to games and all of that good stuff, probably are, aren't they? Right, corner goes in short. Solomon, corner of the box. Little step away to the right-hand side. Oh, he's got it back. Solomon, crossing position, bangs it in low. He's deflected back to him. Solomon has still got it. Solomon to James. Being patient as anything. Trying to get the crossing. Great close control by Solomon. Back to Bogle. It's good defending by Isidore. Rodon's got it. Ampadu. Yeah, well defended by Sunderland. I mean, Leeds have been super patient. Sunderland defending well. Ben, what do you make of the Solomon Leeds chant? I don't know the words, and I wouldn't urge you to put the words in the chat, to be honest. So I'll reserve judgment on that one. James tries to get the cross in, deflected out. It's going to be another corner for Leeds. Do you think Pompey will be safe this year? Well, Caden, it looks like they're going to get 50 points. So they may very well be safe this season. Derby look the most at risk, don't they, of the 3 promoted teams from League One last season. Corner, Leeds. Cameras on Rodon, who's obviously a big unit, isn't he? And a big threat on these set plays. Grueff is going to put it in left-footed. In it goes low, cleared away on the near post. Scuffed it a bit, Grueff, didn't he? Grueff to Bogle, to Rodon. Aronson, first time we've mentioned him. Rodon goes back home to Melier. And Leeds are just trying to get control of the possession in this one, aren't they? A little bit of keep ball there. Although no real argument that the best chance, double chance of this game has gone to Sunderland in the early minutes. Oh, Ian, what are you doing in the chat? Look at that. Doesn't feel like a 0-0. Lafay. Bellingham slips, but still gets the ball on to Luke O'Neill. Ballard. O'Neill. Sirkin. O'Neill. And Trey Hume has gone down and is feeling the instep of his right foot. Ballard just knocked it out. Oh, do you know what? He kicked through and it was his own player. Really painful though. He's kicked the underside of Luke O'Neill's boot there, hasn't he? Painful one there. What have we got in the chat here? Caden. Started watching it at the start of the season. Love the content. Thank you very much. We're going to have another look at that chance with Sky. It's a good switch of play, wasn't it? And he had Bogle on toast there, didn't he? The slip is vital. To be fair to Bellingham as well, Firpo absolutely throws himself at the block. Firpo would have blocked it. Grueff got a touch on it. So it's a really good save by Melier. The second one's even better, actually, isn't it? Great goalkeeping by the much maligned Leeds keeper. We are off and running again. Don't be shocked when we have a few minutes of stoppage time at half time. Friday night, Turf Moor, Burnley, Sheffield Wednesday. And Monday night, Sheffield United, Leeds. Going to be a great weekend again, guys. Looking forward to it. Aronson. Solomon. Ampadu. Rodon. James comes inside off the right wing. Nice change of pace. Bogle crosses, but he's blocked out. It's a good battle that already. Sirkin and Bogle. Two fullbacks going at it with the Leeds player kind of further up the pitch, obviously, forcing the issue there. That'll be a good canary in the coal mine for this game. Who gets forward down that side the most? Can Bogle keep Sirkin back? Can Sirkin keep Bogle back? Be a good barometer for how this game is progressing. Watford v Luton on Sunday. Lovely stuff. Yeah, great bunch of fixtures this weekend. Solomon. Groove. Solomon. James. Groove. Given away. Sunderland should be able to clear their lines here. Hoofed forward for Isidore to chase, but he's like 3-on-1 there. No chance of winning that. Ampadu comes forward down the left wing. Leeds on top. Haven't made any chances yet, though. Cross deflected by Firpo. Sometimes you see them loop up and over the keeper into the back of the net. For my sake, avoid the game on Friday. I've got to do it now out of just sheer bloody mindedness. Burnley Wednesday, haven't I? 0-0. Can you do a Sunday stream? Newcastle Forest. Not a bad idea, that, actually. We must throw some Premier League streams in there. We could also do Watford and Luton on Sunday. Actually, do you know what? On Saturday, I might not be able to do one. Got a show to play on Saturday. By the way, if anyone wants to see me and my day job, with That's So 90s performing at the Colchester Mercury Theatre on Thursday night and the Concord Club in Eastleigh down south on Saturday night. Hit me up if you want to help with some tickets for those. Come see the show if you like 90s music or you like me. Why not, hey? Road on. Ampadu. Road on. Leeds building up a fair bit of possession now. 63 it says on FootMob on the percent. That'll be a couple of minutes behind. It's probably gone up since then. Rodon opens up his body. He's going to head out towards Bogle on the right wing. James fizzes in off the touchline. Excellent from James. Firpo. Gruev. Solomon. It's a good defensive setup, this from Sunderland. Leeds switched the play pretty efficiently there, and Sunderland were switched right over in shape on the other side very quickly. Lafay trying to come away with it for Sunderland. He's done pretty well to hold it up. And what Firpo's doing on the right wing there. He's having a lovely old time. Surely he's got to get whistled for that. Firpo, no. Looked like he was late on the tackle there, but the ball is turned over and it is with Leeds United. Ampadu. James over on the left wing. Everyone's swapping wings and positions. They're all very fluid. It's another corner for Leeds. They still haven't... have they even had a shot? They've had a shot. Obviously, Sunderland had that big double chance, haven't they? But Leeds pretty dominant in every other facet. But you need to have some shots to score some goals. Go figure. In comes the corner. Flipped away. Isidore trying to carry it out. Great strength. Oh, what a run by Isidore. Oh, wow. Look at these feet. Twinkle toes Isidore. They're absolutely stupendous run out of defence there. Inside about 3 tackles. And the ball is back with Anthony Patterson. Luke O'Neill. Dan Neal's got a load of space to run into in central midfield, but that's a horrific ball by him. falls over afterwards as well, just to compound his misfortune. And Leeds build up from the back again. Gruev into Tanaka. Nice ball through the lines by Tanaka. Solomon wanted to kind of leave it for Firpo to run onto, but there's too much on it. Scott, disappointed Carrick is staying. He's been here 2.5 years. Took us as far as he can. Get your views in on what Scott's got to say about Carrick there at Middlesbrough. Throwing down the line for Sunderland. Firpo knocks it out. It's going to be another throw for the Black Cats. What type of 90s music do we play? All of the hits. Check out on Facebook, actually. There's a Facebook page for that show. That's so 90s. Oh, good fun. Here is Luke O'Neill. Lefay has a go at nutmegging Bogle there, but Bogle stood up to it. He really gets in defenders' heads, Lefay, doesn't he, with things like that? Makes them just back off a couple of yards. Do I ever play in Norfolk, Ian? Have we got anything in Norfolk? I don't think we do. Attempted feed through there to Bellingham. Scooped up, knocked forward by Tanaka. Nice little head on by Piru. James runs onto it. And Leeds, how many corners have Leeds had? Loads. This will be number 5. A 5th corner in 18 minutes. Logical Song Scooter is a banger. Come on, it's Supertramp, not Scooter, isn't it? You think he sings high on the Supertramp one, and then Scooter wind it up, speed it. When I was young, it seems that life was so wonderful. I once was in a cafe on holiday somewhere, and they played a whole Scooter album. It was interesting. Corner, Leeds, Gruev, left-footed, headed out by Bellingham, fired back by Aronson. Going to fall for Solomon. Solomon to Firpo. Leeds the better side here, but they're not making any chances. Sunderland defending well. Solomon down the left wing. Big tackle there by Trey Hume. Probably didn't need the S. Housery afterwards because he completely smashed Solomon, but Solomon's hit the deck. Didn't look like any kind of a foul, but he hit him hard there, didn't he? Oof. Ouch. Clean win of the ball. Got a bit of him afterwards, didn't he? Solomon stayed down, actually. I'm thinking he's going to get up. This is just a precaution. It's going to be a throw-in, I think, for Leeds down the left-hand side. I assume that is the back of Willie Nonto. He will obviously go and warm up. Pat Roberts just having a word with Trey Hume. Maybe saying, yeah, chill out. Oof. It was his left knee, Hume, that actually hit Solomon. A painful one. Looks like he's going to keep going. Stiff old tackle, but not a foul when I was growing up, that one. Painful one, though. 0-0. Leeds the better side, but Sunderland have had really the only two chances of the game. That double chance for Bellingham and for who followed it up? Pat Roberts. It's Leeds 0, Sunderland 0. Of course, as things stand, Sheffield United fans will be pretty happy because the entire top four will drop points and they'll be the only winners. But Leeds would go back to the top of the EFL Championship with a point. Sunderland would be 7 points adrift of, well, Leeds and Sheffield United would be tied on 70. Lefay drifts inside. Crosses, diving header out by Road on counter-attack. Coming for Leeds. Piru, Aronson. Solomon's running freely, so he's okay, which is good news. Aronson, nice hold. Firpo arrives outside him on the left wing. Aronson treads on the ball, gets away with that. Well played. Aronson's switch of play out to Bogle, who's got quite a bit of space, but Sunderland defended really well in this first 23 minutes. Lovely shape. As I say that, Lefay gets completely skinned by Bogle, but then, to be fair to him, does get back and wins the tackle. Not a single appeal from the Leeds player for a back pass there. Just poked it back to him. Wasn't an intentional back pass, was it? Sunderland coming forward down the right. They have lost that in a not very good place there. And here comes Gruev. Nice looking counter this for Leeds. Solomon inside. Aronson shooting chance, is it? He tries to make some space, goes into the box, back to the edge of the box. Tanaka hits the shot. Brilliant block. Someone threw himself at it. Trey Hume, the right back, who's the chief character in this game at the moment. Hume, isn't he? And he's just coolly knocked that out onto the right wing to Roberts as well. They need to just clear their lines now. But Hume playing at right back with a great deal of confidence. And we are midway through the first half. Give me your views in the comments. I make Leeds the better side. I think Sunderland are containing them pretty well. A lot of teams would have been blown over by this already and have been at Elland Road this season, haven't they? So Sunderland staying in it. We expected Leeds to be, on top for, long periods of this game. Down the right-hand side goes Hume. He wants a foul. He's not going to get one. Kind of falls theatrically. Firpo to Tanaka. Nicely poised, though, isn't it? High-level game. Lots of tension. Lots of technical quality. Here comes James down the right. That's a foul, isn't it? Sirkin into the back of James. Yeah, there's a clumsy one. James and O'Neill having a bit of a wrestling match. There's ever any trouble involving Sunderland, O'Neill's always right at the centre of it, isn't he? Me. He loves it, doesn't he? Leeds the better possession. Sunderland had the better chances. Yeah, really. And other than that breakaway and the double chance, Sunderland haven't really offered anything from an attacking way, but they've defended really well, haven't they, so far? I think a lot of teams with what Leeds have had in this game so far, they would have taken the lead against in this division. Can't help but thinking those early chances will haunt Sunderland. You've got to take your chances at Elland Road this season when you get them. Weren't able to yet. Not corner, free kick. Griff puts it in. Oh, well defended again by Sunderland. I seem to be saying that a lot. Decent delivery by Griff right into the middle of the 6-yard box. I think it was Isidore gets his head on it. He's defended brilliantly, actually, the number 9. He's had nothing to do in terms of central striking work. But he's defended bloody well, hasn't he? Welcome, Rich. I'm in the Luke O'Neill fan club. Massive. He is a big S house, isn't he? Bless him. He loves it. Bloomin' Bench. I'll take it. The Sabri Lamucci song. What a classic. Sabri Lamucci, you little beauty. I can't remember all the words there after that. Hey, doobie doobie. The situation. Some kind of Jewish Oliver style music, that. Thank you for all the Nottingham Forest fans for having some fun with that. I think we were still in COVID then, weren't we? Sabri Lamucci. Went on to manage Cardiff, obviously, didn't he? Long ball forward. Diag from right to left for Leeds, easily gathered by Patterson, who bowls out to the aforementioned S-House, Luke O'Neill. Have I ever done a Donny stream, Lucy? I have not. No. Unfortunately, they've tended to reside in League Two since we've been doing this, and opportunities are slim in that regard. O'Neill takes it off Patterson's toes. Don't give it away there, mate. Oh, he did not look comfortable on the ball. He's got it back to Patterson. Hoof it down the ground, mate. Some pretty nervy playing out from the back there. Yes, very much an Oliver Twist tune, that one. Oh, volleyed at goal by Aronson, who wanted a corner. Looked like a corner to me, actually. Take a nick off the defenders. One of those ones where they both kind of kick it at the same time, isn't it? Let's have a look. I thought it was a corner first instinct. Maybe not. I don't know. This will be a good view. No. You little rascal, Aronson. He appealed for that. It wasn't a corner, was it? My bad. Yes, if Doncaster gets to the playoff final, I will do a Donny stream. Absolutely. Love me a playoff final. Might even go, actually. Got any money? Here comes Solomon. Puts the cross in, headed away. Lafay versus Bogle. Bogle wins out. Bogle coming down the line. Nice feet. Oh, Bogle nutmegs Lafay there. You'd think it'd be the other way around. Lafay, I love him. He's a great player. He's not really good at defending, is he? Bless him. He gets back and gets in shape, but you can see he's kind of like, oh, someone help me out here. Help me out, lads. I'll win you the game. I'm not a fullback, though. He's been caught there, Lafay. Foul by Aronson. I'd keep your cards in your pocket here, ref. I don't think that should be a yellow. Leeds players arguing Lafay went down early or easy. I think it's a foul, but don't think it's a yellow card. Aronson was late. That's my first instinct without hearing, seeing a replay. Let's have a look. Oh, actually, have another look. Might be a yellow card, actually. Yeah, I thought he went down easily, but yeah. I changed my mind on that. He's actually lucky to get away without a yellow for that one, Aronson. My first instinct in real time was, oh, Lafay got out of the way. It's probably not a yellow, but he could have got a yellow for that, Aronson, couldn't he? The players apologise. We all move on. Nobody's gone into the book. So just remember that, Leeds fans, when a Sunderland player hits a Leeds player hard, remember that Leeds got away with one there, and he might leave it one more before the yellow card actually comes out in this game. I went to see Oliver in London. Rowan Atkinson played Fagin. That's tremendous, Ant. Rory, what are you doing? There's no way this ends 0-0. We've had a couple this season, haven't we? Sheffield Wednesday, Bristol City. That was dire, wasn't it? Burnley, a few times we've had 0-0. Including at the weekend against Preston and against Leeds. How many Burnley 0-0s have we done on the watch-alongs this year? Too many. Firpo driving forward from left back, knocks on to Solomon. Solomon versus Hume, which has been a good battle. Solomon comes inside. Hume leans on him. Referee gives an advantage, so he did judge that as a foul. In comes the cross low. Piru tries to hold it up. If he managed to, there's a good box scene there. And Aronson, your Wally, has obviously got booked for the totting up process here. Or was it Tanaka? It wasn't Aronson at all. It was Ao Tanaka, who apologises. He's kind of got booked a little bit for Aronson's foul, hasn't he? O'Neill goes past him. Do you know what? He didn't touch him, did he? Did he touch him? What? He doesn't touch him, does he? I think Dan Neal's just done Tanaka there. I mean, to be fair, Tanaka throws himself in. So it does meet the criteria for endangering a player, but it's not actually a foul because he doesn't touch him, does he? I know there was that argument that if a player dives in and you have to get out of the way, then contact is not important. Here's Isidore in the channel. Into the box. Isidore rolls his man. Isidore hits the shot and is into the net. And Sunderland have broken away against the run of play to take the lead. That is a massive goal. Isidore in the penalty box. Rolls his man. Strikes it right-footed in off the post. It's a big surprise. Leeds have been on top for a fair wee while in this game. But Sunderland lead. It is Leeds 0. Sunderland 1 on the counter-attack against the run of play. Isidore is the scorer, and Sunderland have a vital, vital, vital lead. And my computer's frozen up as the goal went in. Let's all stay calm so nothing crashes here. It was Ampadu versus Isidore, and I'm afraid Isidore has schooled him there. Look at that. He's got both his arms around him. Ampadu, he's fouling him. Isidore gets away, gets the shot off. What a great bit of forward play. We praised Isidore for his defensive work in this game. That was a big bit of quality in the attacking arena there. Great goal by Isidore. It is against the run of play, isn't it? Leeds have been, for the most part, you know, having the possession and the territory, but that really makes things interesting, doesn't it? Sunderland taking the lead in this one. And if you're a Sheffield United fan or a Burnley fan, you're probably going to be pretty happy with that, especially if you are a Sheffield United fan. Sorry, let me just press a button on TikTok there to keep that going, or I'll try to anyway. Whoop. Daniel Farker doesn't look too impressed. I'm not surprised. His team have been pretty well on top. Haven't made many chances, though. I've said Sunderland have defended well. And then there's the counter-attack, and there is the opening goal from Isidore. Spins, sticks that post and in. And a real cat amongst the pigeons goal here at Elland Road. Best first goal for the neutral. Well, that's true, isn't it? That really opens it up, and Leeds really have to... I mean, remember, the draw is not a disaster for Leeds in this game, so they can pretty much keep playing the same game. But obviously, if we get to midway through the second half, Leeds are going to have to throw a bit of kitchen sink at Sunderland, which will make it very exciting. Here is Bogle. Isidore turn him inside out. It's a great bit of forward play. Backs in. Lovely bit of old school play. And Ampadu's fouling him, isn't he? He's got both his arms around him, but Ampadu's too close and he rolls him. And then once he's turned, big problems for Ampadu there. And Isidore finishes it really, really well. Here is Solomon for Leeds. Oh, cross goes into the near post. Aronson's there. Knocked out by Luke O'Neill, who says, you left me with two of them, mate, and just boots it out for a corner. Can't blame Melier with that finish. No. That was right in the corner, in off the post. Isidore did very, very well. That will bring this game alive. In comes the corner. And Patterson grabs it. And yeah, very, very interesting, this one now. We said in the build-up, a few people said it, didn't they? If Leeds get the first goal in this game, does it kind of kill it? And from a neutral point of view, you kind of want Sunderland to get the first goal because, you know, that will bring Leeds out even more and it might even it up from the pattern we were expecting, which was Leeds kind of dominating the ball in the territory as the home team and as the favourites. And we've got the Sunderland goal for the opener here. Beautifully poised. Nice little roll inside there. Roberts. Neil, Sunderland full of confidence after this goal now. Sirkin, Neil, Bellingham. Bellingham's too slow on that. Oh, we nearly got a really lucky bounce there. Should have played the wonder kid Chris Rigg through. Knocked forward and Luke O'Neill just smashes it. Out of play for a throw-in. I think there's an argument Isidore is the best striker in this league. Maybe Sargent for Norwich, but Isidore, yeah, he's definitely in the conversation, isn't he? Looking really, really good. Here's Rodon for Leeds. Going to want to get this back 1-1 before half-time, aren't they? Bogle is fouled there by Sirkin. I took the ball. This is what was bothering me about that Preston Burnley thing at the weekend where, and pundits I respect a lot, Luke Chambers and Courtney Sweetman-Kirk, worked with both of them, were arguing, well, the player touches the ball. The player touching the ball and the player wins the ball are two different things. You can touch the ball whilst fouling a player, and that's not winning the ball or making it a fair tackle. But there you go. I've said my point on that one. Everyone seemed to disagree with me. So what are you going to do, hey? Right, free kick Leeds. Greer floats it back stick. Not great delivery, but they've won another corner. Trey Hume, who's played well, the right back, been in the thick of it, hasn't he? With Solomon down that left-hand side. Nods it out. My background is different on TikTok. Yeah, it's the same room, different angle though. Corner comes in, kind of cushion half volley by Dan James. He rushes that one, sticks it over the crossbar. Leicester took the lead here last season. Well, Annie, that was a really interesting game, that one. And I take the comparison that Leicester led, but do you remember that game? Leicester should have been out of sight, and Leeds were pretty fortunate actually to turn that around. They just swept them away. Whereas in this game, Leeds have been, you know, kind of the better side in terms of territory, possession, and all of those things. But they just haven't made chances. There you go, Sky. 0 shots on target, and Sunderland have had 3. So, you know, make the chances, take the chances. And Leeds haven't made a big chance yet. You can win the ball and follow through, and it's a foul. Yeah, totally. And my point as well, Liam, is that just because you touch the ball doesn't mean you won the ball. You can touch the ball in the process of fouling somebody, if you know what I mean. It's a foul first, and the ball just happens to hit you rather than a clean tackle, you know. I think people get confused by the ball, basically. A foul's a foul, whatever happens, regardless of the ball. You take somebody out. This idea, I took the ball, whilst completely smashing somebody, is not the one. Luke O'Neill stands on the ball. Ballard steps forward into the Leeds half. It's given away over on the touchline. Oh, lovely feet there by Piru. And that's going to launch a Leeds attack. They're flooding forward now. Nice feet, Solomon. Brilliant. Solomon into the centre circle. Grueff. Grueff on the left foot out to Bogle. I've got to say, though, every time Leeds have a good few passes, Sunderland players are right back in their defensive shape, aren't they? They spring right back into it really well. Defended excellently so far. Solomon puts the cross in near post. Ballard head on it. Lefay finishes the clearance. Road on to Ampadu. Here come Leeds again. Grueff. Tanaka. Rodon. Bogle. Bogle, nice ball inside. Oh, slid into the box. Aronson hits the shot. He tried to work it on his left foot. Good last-ditch block there, head it, kick it stuff. And here comes a Sunderland counter. Roberts puts it in behind Rodon with the danger man Isidore there. Rodon reads it well. Roberts didn't get enough on the pass there, did he? Here's Rodon, Gruev, Firpo, Gruev, Tanaka. Sunderland don't want to get too deep here because they're just going to, Leeds will just have the ball for the entire game if they do. Bogle crosses, right-footed, decent ball that, headed up in the air by Ballard, caught by Patterson. Very good tactically from Sunderland so far. Get you so far in, you know Leeds could score any second whatsoever. Sky have got the attack momentum graph on, which basically shows Leeds just having the ball for the entire half, which chimes with what my eye test is here and what you lot are kind of saying in the chat. O'Neill headed down. Neil. It's a foul on Neil there by Solomon, is it? Or Aronson? They were both gathered around him. Getting frustrated, the players in the three off the front. Both tracked back, made a foul there. The chance for Sunderland to see out the half now. They've got possession. We got 3 minutes 20. There'll be a few minutes of stoppage time. Remember, we had, I can't remember who it was for. Solomon, wasn't it? Was down injured for a couple of minutes, wasn't he? Oh, lovely back heel by Bellingham. Filthy. And it goes to Roberts on the right wing versus Firpo. Roberts coming inside, charges forward. Roberts goes down. Looked like he just fell over. No foul. But Sunderland continue with the ball. Isidore over on the right wing. And this is good for Sunderland. Bit of possession. They've not had much, have they? Foot Mob telling me, yeah, 60-40 on the possession thus far. Agrees with your Google there, Jamie. Now, here come Leeds down the left. James into the box. James drives it in low. Overworked that. He wanted to come in on the right foot, which means the angle is to swing it in, which kind of took Solomon, who'd run off the left-hand side into the box, out of the game. And really, he's only left with a shot to the far corner, isn't he? I suppose he could have stood it up to the far post, but who's going to attack that out of the Leeds kind of wide players and win a header against the Sunderland centre-backs? Ballard. O'Neill. Ballard. Hume hits the channel, looking for Roberts. Not a great ball. Cleared by Ampadu, who did get a bit mugged off for the goal, didn't he, by Isidore? He's too tight. Isidore rolls him. Ampadu's done at that point. You can see he's got both arms around him, and he's just too good for him, Isidore, isn't he? And then strikes the shot in off the far post. It's a really good goal from a striker's point of view, and he's barely had a kick in the penalty box, has he, Isidore? Fair play for coming out of the half with a goal. That's lost by James in a silly position. And knocked on here to Roberts. Roberts edge of the box. He takes too many touches as well. Ooh, careful. I think it was Sirkin threw himself into slide tackle there. Didn't connect. Bit loose. Such an intense game, this. Well played by O'Neill out to Lafay, who's probably got a trick up his sleeve here. Plays it simple. And, yeah, well played Sunderland there. The goal, as often is the case, helps you out on the back end. Look a foot taller since they've scored, don't they? Not that they were playing badly, Sunderland. They were defending well, but at least were having all of the ball, weren't they? First time Leeds have been trailing at home since September. How about that? Labrie, technically spot on so far. Yeah, it's kind of the only way to play Leeds at Elland Road, isn't it? I remember watching Ipswich last December go toe-to-toe, and Leeds just smashed them. It tended to be the teams that set up a nice defensive structure and nick the goal were the ones that have beaten Leeds under Farker at Elland Road. But that's a tale as old of time with, a hot favourite playing at home and an away team going there to try and nick a win. Tale as old as time. Bogle, Road on. Tune as old as song. Meslier, who made that great double save early on in the game. 4 minutes stoppage time. Tanaka back in his own box. Knocks it back to Meslier, who kind of shanks that one. Bogle keep it in. Good header by Bogle, that one. The priest was already applauding as if it had gone out. But Bogle could... Oh, there goes Lefay. Drag back heel there around the corner. He does one every game, doesn't he? Oh, Bogle's going in the book for that. That's a terrible tackle, isn't he? Bogle just gets completely skinned. He knows it's a yellow. No argument there. Joe Bellingham. Lovely, gifable bit of skill by Enzo Lefay. Whoop, see you later. I think it's the frustration here. And then Bellingham leaves him and just a nailed on yellow card as soon as he goes in for the tackle. Just frustration there because Lefay had just mugged him off, hadn't he? A 9th yellow card of the season, say Sky, for Bogle. So he's due be quite a long suspension, won't it, for 10? 3 games for that? And a chance for Sunderland to stick the ball in the box. Roberts, left-footed. Oh, decent delivery. And Isidore was completely free. Goodness me. What is Luke O'Neill doing now? He's such a house, isn't he? My God. I think Joe Rodon's just kind of making the argument. Why get involved? I think, has Rodon talked himself into the book, or who's gone in the book? Wilson Isidore, has he? How has Isidore managed to get booked there? He wasn't anything to do with it. Dear oh me. The cameras didn't actually pick up what happened. I assume Luke O'Neill was just running around annoying people as he enjoys doing. Right, what happened here? It's a free header. What is he doing? Oh my God, he literally just sits down on top of Meslier. It's so silly. Isidore then gives Rodon a big shove. Meslier's Isidore's mate there. He's trying to push him out of the way, but Isidore ends up in the book. Must have said something. O'Neill's levels of shahousery know no bounds, do they? What a card that guy is, God. And a yellow card for Wilson Isidore, who's had a brilliant first half with the goal and some of his defensive work, but he's gone in the book. He'll be furious, Lebris, if Isidore goes on to get red carded now after that silly first yellow. We have 30 seconds of minimum stoppage time remaining. Knocked forward by Sunderland. Leeds, just the wind's gone out of their sails the last, 8-9 minutes. But they're on the attack here with Solomon. Oh, nicely crossed by Firpo. James arriving on the back post, heads it down, and Luke O'Neill gets it clear. Whatever you say about him, it's effective, isn't it? I'm sure he's not going to be popular figure on the terraces at Elland Road, but his team's winning at the moment. James does well to win that header there. He's not the biggest at all, is he? In comes the corner. All headed down. It was Rodon. Ampadu recycle, headed to the edge of the box, and cool and calm by Lefay. And that is half time. And if you are a Sunderland fan, guys, you will be absolutely delighted with that. What a fascinating first half. Real high quality, intense, technical affair. And Sunderland have played a blinder so far because for the most part in that half, Leeds had the ball, Leeds had the territory, but Leeds didn't make a massive lot of chances, did they? And I think that's the issue. Sunderland obviously had the double chance early in the game, minute 2, in fact. Bellingham with the first one after Gruev slips, and then it's like a double deflection. Meslier, good save for the first one, really good save by Meslier for the second one from Pat Roberts. And then really, from minute 2 up to the goal on minute 32, just all Leeds, isn't it? But let me bring the stats up. Yeah, Leeds have had 10 shots, only 2 on target, and that's 10 shots for 0.29 XG. So on average, each shot has a less than a 0.03 chance of being a goal, according to the chance quality. I know some people get emotional about those statistics, but use them or not use them how you choose to see fit. And then it's just a really good bit of striking play for the breakaway goal. It's knocked into Wilson Isidore in the penalty box. And yeah, I think Ampadu's really good, but he gets a bit schooled by Isidore there, doesn't he? He gets too tight. Isidore backs into him, spins him, and then Ampadu is too close. And all he's got is he's going to try and hold on to him and not give away a penalty, but try and stop him basically in whatever kind of manner he can. And Isidore then, it's not an easy finish either, is it? On the angle with Meslier playing well, having made that double save, and he hits it in off the far post into the back of the net. And at halftime, it is Leeds 0, Sunderland 1. So thank you, everybody, for joining me in the first half. I won't make a coffee because people will think I'm having too much caffeine, and they're probably right. I tell you what, I'll go and get an orange juice. Maybe I'll go and use the toilet. How about that? Too much information. Might even shove some food in my gob, and I'll be back in 5 minutes. We'll stop the TikTok stream as well and restart it in 5 minutes' time. But don't go anywhere. We will see you for the second half. Welcome back. Yes, I am eating a biscuit. I didn't quite finish them. So let's go straight to a like spike so I can finish my biscuit. You lot will watch me on TikTok. Hit like if you haven't already. I'm going to eat the other half of this biscuit. Let's go. I need to keep my energy levels up for these watch-alongs. They often go like 2.5 hours. If you've been watching the channel for a long time, you'll have watched me do tournaments where there's like extra time in games. We do 2 in a row and whatnot. It is absolutely bloody exhausting talking so much. It's half time in a fascinating promotion clash up at the top of the Championship. Mid-biscuit here. Leeds 0, Sunderland 1. Get your thoughts in on the first half. The Sunderland fans are going to be delighted with that. They are a goal up, and I think it'll be one of those ones that will go down as a away day masterclass. They've not had much possession or territory, but I've had 3 shots on target, or 4 shots on target, in fact, in that half, and nicked a goal and defended really well. And they're winning the game as things stand. Get your thoughts in on all of the first half action. Should we do some comments? Let's have a look here. Sod the orange juice, Ben. Get some Boilermakers on the go. I've gone for the orange juice. What is it? The Village Press. If you want to sponsor me, the Village Press. And send me loads of nice orange juice. Feel free. We showed them too much respect early on. We're a better team, a better players, needed a faster start. I didn't think Leeds started badly, L. I thought they started all right. I think you got to give Sunderland some credit. They defended pretty well. I was saying during that period when we're coming up 25, 30 minutes before Sunderland have scored, that Leeds probably would have taken the lead against a lot of teams in the Championship with that first half. But Sunderland did play it well, didn't they? Perfect away performance so far. Carl, are you Burnley Sheffield Wednesday? Yes, we'll do Burnley Sheffield Wednesday on Friday. People are warning me against it because it's going to be another 0-0, isn't it? We hope not. But yeah, we'll be there for that. Excuse me. Orange juice going everywhere. Welcome everybody on TikTok as well. We're back on TikTok. What do we got here? Greetings from NZ. I love the show. Welcome in NZ. We can play Where Are You Watching actually in a minute. Cracking good match by the sounds of it. Harry, goals in it for both teams. Are going to be a very boring second. Yeah, could just end 1-1 or 1-0 or something, or it could just go completely loose. I'm here for completely loose. Is that Ta? T-A-L-U-C. What are my thoughts on Leeds coming back? Likely. Yeah, likely. I mean, remember that Leicester game last year, and they've played much better in this game than they did in that Leicester game. So, yeah. Alessandro, got to have that halftime refill. Sunderland have been compacted and quick. Isidore is a lower side Premier League. Yeah, he's good, Isidore, and a good player. Tom, if there was a way of keeping that Sunderland team for 2 years, where we would be unbelievable. And yeah, unfortunately, we all know the chasms in football means that even if Sunderland were to get promoted this season, they'd probably still lose a couple of the star players, wouldn't they? But if they don't get promoted, then that team is getting ripped to pieces as they always do. Aridi. As a Blade, I'm enjoying this. Don't quite know if it's a good thing. Well, you can't really lose if you're a Sheffield United fan because you've already won and someone's guaranteed to drop points tonight. So I think you just got to take it. Timo, great teeth, great hair. Must be Benjamin Bloom. Well, do you know what? That actually makes me quite emotional, Timo. And I'll sound really cocky here because lots of people have told me I've got great hair in my life, and that's very, very lovely. I've got very thick hair that I've worn long for a long time. But I used to get bullied about my teeth, and they were absolutely awful and goofy and horrible. And I had a brace all the time when I was growing up. And then in my 30s, in my 20s rather, the front ones started to, one come across the front of the other. And I'm like, man, for my confidence, because I used to put my hand over my mouth every time I smiled I wouldn't smile in a photo. So I went and got them straightened again. I had an Invisalign thing a few years ago, and I'm so pleased I did it because I never had perfect teeth. My mate Matt, he's got New Zealand DNA, he's got the best teeth I've ever seen. Those kind of Antipodean gnashers, but mine are awful. And it's very nice of you to say that they don't look terrible. And it's been a great drain on my confidence over the years. My teeth. So it's really, really, that does actually mean a lot to me for someone to say something nice about my teeth, because you know what it's like when you're at school. It's bloody brutal, isn't it? You're called every name under the sun if your teeth aren't straight at that time of life. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Hey, it's all part of growing up, right? But really, really do appreciate that. So I'm just trying to find the second half clock on the other screen. And I'm being very careful with my Mac that's been doing lots of spinning wheel type behavior. And when it does that, I just make sure I don't press too many buttons at once. I think we're just getting back after the last break from Sky. When conceding first, Sky are telling us Leeds have conceded first 8 times and only won once. So it shows that the whole Leeds game plan under Daniel Farke is to control the game, get in front, and win the game. There's a guy who was all right when he was behind as a manager, Neil Warnock. He'd just bloody go for it, wouldn't he? The GOAT there, Neil Warnock. And you can check out our interview on the channel with Neil Warnock. Right, what else have we got in the chat here? Did I give a prediction on this game? I went 2-0 to Leeds for this one. So my prediction will not be happening. The second that Sunderland scored, my prediction was screwed. Sam Parkin's got 2-1, and he's in the game on this one. But right now, we're both going to be round the wrong way because as things stand, Sunderland are winning this game. Right, the players are out. There is Wilson Isidore. He's the match winner as things stand. There's Ilan Meslier, who was very much the story in the first game. He's playing well in this game. He didn't have much chance with a goal, but he made a great double save on 2 minutes. Leeds players just getting amped up in the tunnel before coming back out to the arena that is Elland Road. And remember, we'll start looking at the bench. Daniel Farke, it's normally, 65, 70 minutes before he moves things. He may be forced to go a little bit earlier tonight. Daniel Farke, a 2-time title winner in the Championship with Norwich City. He's going to want a third this season, but he's probably going to consider this right now a bit of a pivotal moment in this quest to win a third title. I don't think even the bloke in the studio there, the GOAT, Neil Warnock, has got 3, has he? Warnock's got a couple of second places as well as his title with QPR. We are off and running in the second half. It's Leeds 0, Sunderland 1. I'll fix the clock for you in just a few seconds. When it gets up to 20, that tends to be the easier way around to do it. Sunderland have actually got the ball out on the left wing with Lefay. Fed inside to Bellingham. Hume. Roberts, lovely little dink over the top. Volleyed at goal by Hume. Not a bad effort there. Nice start to the second half by Sunderland. E. Ferradino, really enjoy your watch along. Always very engaged with our audience. Well, there's no point without the audience, is there? It's all about the chat and about your guys' opinion. If not, it's just a bloke watching the football, isn't it? Eh? So with that being said, get your views in on everything you see going on. If you're here, I think Twitter might have gone down. I don't know whether it's working. We've been having some technical issues today. We are on TikTok as well today, trying to get that back up and running. Sorry, horrible noise. We'll run through teams again in a sec. Leeds on the attack. Aronson right wing. Bogle. Tanaka. Tanaka, little slide down the line. Don't know if it was for Aronson, but he was the one who ended up running for it. Sunderland clear their lines. Nobody there. Is this now the start of the pattern that we had in the first half where Leeds are pretty dominant, Sunderland hold a nice disciplined defensive shape and basically say, go on then. Score past us. What you got, hey? Bogle. Piru comes short. Does well not to give that away, actually. Isidore went in and closed him down. Good play by Piru. Switch of play. Tanaka out to Solomon. Good take by Solomon. Got Hume breathing down his neck. Nice protect there from Gruev, who knocks it onto Tanaka. Tanaka tried to fizz that one into Piru. Actually hit Firpo, who takes up some hilarious positions. Firpo starts at left back and then just ends up in like the number 10 position or inside left or over on the right wing or whatever. He's in the centre forward position now, Piru. Firpo, excuse me. Solomon. Gruev knocks it back to Rodon. Here's Solomon. Tanaka. Rodon. Nicely worked, but Sunderland are always in good defensive shape for these. Bogle's cross hits Sirkin, and it's a throw-in. You're just asking, you're giving yourself a lot to do if you are Sunderland, if you're planning on just sitting in for the entirety of the second half. They're going to need to work it if they can, try and get some counter-attacks going, because you do feel Leeds will score if Sunderland can't get a hold of the ball and Leeds are just knocking at the door. Somebody's knocking on the door. Somebody ringing a bell. Rodon. James over on the right wing. James crosses corner. Leeds, who are already turning the screw. Forcing a bit of territory here in the second half. Gruev with the corner, left-footed, in it comes. Headed out on the near post. I think it was, I don't know who it was headed that out. Bellingham, possibly. Solomon, recycle, crosses back stick. We have Tanaka and Sirkin both go down. And I have no idea what the deal was with that. I bet they were both holding each other, which means the Sunderland fans will say that Tanaka's fouling Sirkin, and the Leeds fans will say that Sirkin's fouling Tanaka. I mean, it's not clever by Sirkin, is it, to be fair? Tanaka's the runner trying to attack the ball, so you do leave yourself open. Keep your eyes on that one. The postcode lottery song. Is that what Paul McCartney's music has come to now? It's the postcode lottery song, hey? I wish players had stopped rugby tackling at each other from corners. Rubbish, isn't it? Gruev. Piru. One back by Lefay. And we've stopped, and I don't know why we've stopped. They've pulled it back and given a restart to Leeds. I did not see why. Don't think the camera caught that. Anyway, it's a free kick to Leeds. Probably a shirt pulled back or something. Ampadu, Firpo on the left. I'd imagine Regis Lebris will want to go to the subs bench early as possible at 1-0 up. Try and freshen this up, get new legs in, keep the energy up, keep that strong defensive foundation, intensity, sturdiness going. Oh, lovely dribble by Dan James into the box. James falls over and then swings a shot back with his left foot. And here comes a Sunderland counter with Rigg, who's done brilliantly there. Absolutely superb dribble by the Wonder Kid. And then he draws a foul, gets his team up the pitch. A-star from Chris Rigg there. Look at that. Inside Tanaka. Gruev shrugs him off, takes the foul off Firpo. Brilliant play by Rigg. Roberts, bit of a rubbish ball, gives it straight back to Gruev, and Rigg's work is undone, just like that. Throw in Sunderland, which Roberts hurls into the box looking for Isidore. Didn't get enough distance on it. Firpo in there. Firpo's lost it in a bad place there. Isidore inside the box. Isidore, oh, that could have opened up nicely there. Sleepy there from Junior Firpo. And good little couple of minutes this for Sunderland. It's amazing when you're in one of these backs to the wall games that it just takes, oh look, there's Archie Gray in the stand there. It just takes for somebody to have a little dribble, win a foul, you know, stop the opposition's flow, and things can turn back in your favour for a few minutes. Road on. Nice feet. Clipped in looking for Solomon up top. And it's another foul there. Bit of frustration now. Aronson's been whistled. We're not at 55 yet, but Daniel Farker will be considering how he's going to pep this up. He's got Matteo Joseph, Ramazani and Nonto, who he could stick into his front four just like that. He's got the running power of Rothwell as well. I mean, less so in advancing years, but can certainly drive forward from central midfield. Big tackle by Dan Neal on Dan James. But we're off and running again. Firpo down the left. Firpo. Solomon. Solomon against Roberts. Solomon inside, into the corner of the box. Give and go. Firpo, brilliant from Solomon. Solomon knocks it in low. Good goalkeeping. Patterson, that was excellent from Solomon. He's out on the left wing, and he engineers that into a deep penalty box entrance and a good ball across the box. Really good from Solomon, actually. Against this Sunderland defence, he made that chance all by himself, basically. Well, give and go with Firpo, but he did all the running. Nearly creating a, well, I don't even want to say big chance. Would have been a tap in, wouldn't it? Just couldn't get it past Patterson. Here come Leeds again. That's going to be a yellow card, I think. Bellingham. Yeah, yellow for Bellingham. He knew what he was doing there. A cynical one. Aronson passed him, just shoves him over. Always going to be a yellow, wasn't it? Anything with these, pull, push, is going to be a yellow card. Free kick then for Leeds over on the right. It's probably swung in left-footed. Sunderland have survived the first 10, but they got survivor free kick in this second half now. And it comes. All good delivery, but shepherded through by the Sunderland centre halves, and Patterson grabs it. And we are up 56 minutes. Sirkin. Oh, given away. Sunderland can't get out of their own defensive third at the moment. Lafay, even his little tricks aren't working. Bellingham tries to control it. He's had it nicked off him. Bogle's in the box. Goodness me. Just literally cannot get a foot on the ball. That's a great tackle, though. Who put that in? Was that Rigg? Just on the edge of the box there. I think it was Chris Rigg who tackled across his man there. Basically, nothing was breaking for Sunderland. All the first balls were being won by Leeds. Sunderland just couldn't touch the ball. But the scoreboard still says Leeds 0, Sunderland 1. Patterson knocks that one long. Here's Piru. Tanaka, nice feet in central mid. Brilliant from Tanaka. Bogle trying to fizz it into Piru. Risky dummy there. And Sunderland give the ball away again. Leeds are having so much possession. Whenever it's turned over, Sunderland cannot win it back. Pretty dominant again from Leeds in this second half, but they still have 0 in the goals for column. Solomon. Aronson. Clipped over by Tanaka. That's poor. He's better than that, isn't he? Sunderland are panicking. I see an equaliser coming. They're struggling to get even a touch barely on the ball, aren't they, at the moment, let alone a few passes in succession. Goal kick's gone long and been given straight back to Leeds. They need somebody, Sunderland, to stick their foot on the ball. Even 10 seconds of possession would do for Sunderland at this juncture. Ampadu. Nice ball. Aronson, nice spin. James, given away, but Aronson gets it back. As I say, every time Sunderland get a foot on the ball, it is immediately straight back to a white shirt. Solomon, that's a foul. Rigg catches Solomon, and the pressure continues to build here. But they've got to make some chances, Leeds, haven't they? Ball's like a hot potato. A hot potato with a magnet in it to all the white shirts, Liam, I think, isn't it? It's going to be another free kick. Although I think Sunderland are probably, if you gave them the choice between defending Leeds counters and horizontal passes and set plays, they'd probably take the set plays, head it, kick it away. And they've done just that. And Aronson hooks back a pretty poor left foot shot. And there's checkpoint number 2. They have now done 15 minutes of the second half. Sunderland, if you're ticking them off, 5 by 5. That is 1/3 of the second half done. And this is probably the period where we're going to get substitutions. And maybe that might pep Sunderland up a little bit, but they just cannot get the ball at all now, the Black Cats. Hume's just gone through Solomon. He might get booked for that. They defended really well in the first half in a quite composed way, but it's got quite loose now. There's a lot of slide tackles going in, and Yeah, the yellow card coming out there for Hume, who did clatter Solomon in the first half, didn't he? I'm sure that'll be in the referee's mind. Free kick, Leeds. Isidore went in the book earlier in the half. Hume is in now. Tanaka went in the first half for Leeds United. %71% possession for Leeds in the second half, but that has amounted to no shots on target and 0.05 XG. So they need to make that big chance. Maybe it's coming now. Aronson in the box. Aronson puts the cross in. There's a big handball shout there. Referee very clear, going like that. Definitely hit Sirkin's arm. We'll have a look to see if it was deliberate arm in unnatural position is what we are looking for that to be a handball. We'll wait for the replay. I'll go with my normal rule. Never trust anybody in a football stadium, players, staff or fans, appealing for a decision. They tend to just appeal for everything for their side. I'll make my own judgment when I see the replay. It's given away by Hume this time for Sunderland, who were... It's just not sustainable, this. Leeds will score if the game carries on like this. Because Sunderland are just chasing their tails. And here comes James into the box. It's a good tackle that by Ballard. Grueff wins it back into the box. No foul. Firpo. Solomon. Shooting chance. Tanaka. Tanaka bends it goalwards around the post. He wants a corner. They are not getting one. Right, we're going to see this handball shout. No, we're going to see Tanaka strike. Right, here's the handball shout. I think he's all right. It hits his chest and then it hits his arm. And there is something in the wording about if it hits your body and then hits your arm and your arm's not in a ridiculous, unnatural position. I think he's okay there. Definitely hits his arm, but chest first and then onto the arm, which they normally don't get given as penalties. By the way, I think if it hit his arm first, I think that would have been given. I think it's kind of far enough out if it had hit his arm direct, but it does hit his chest first, in my humble opinion. Here comes Rodon, powering forward out of the centre-back positions. Sunderland literally cannot string two passes together this half. Just been all Leeds in terms of possession. Attack versus defence. No goal yet for Leeds. Tanaka, Firpo. Cross deflected. Patterson grabs it, lands on it. Now, you just got to think, if you're Sunderland, can you get into a bit of shape up the pitch? Maybe get the ball ahead of you and try and win the ball back away from your goal. I can see Daniel Farke's frustration there. He's kind of saying, well, I don't really know what else to do. We're having all of the ball. Maybe he needs an attacking twist there. Maybe even a like-for-like attacking player in. New energy, I guess. I don't know. You tell me. Sunderland could do with some fresh legs, couldn't they? For goodness sakes. I think often we see managers at this point, they change their wingers because the wingers can add some energy and try and press a bit further up. Presumably, who's playing on the wings? Lafay and Roberts, probably knackered, chasing their tails for the entire second half and a lot of the first half. Grueff, Ampadu, Rodon, Tanaka, Grueff. Nice ball through the line. Solomon in off the left. Over to the right-hand side to Bogle. James. Rodon. Worked over to Gruev over on the left-hand side. Sunderland in the narrowest, most compact 4-4-2 shape you've ever seen. Arrigo Sacchi would love it. Bogle trying to beat Lefay. That's the thing about someone like Lefay, though. I say about changing your winners, your wingers. You probably want to keep someone like Lefay on the pitch, because if you do get some kind of breakaway, I mean, you have to have the ball for that to happen. He's the sort of player who can whiz kid a bit of skill and away you go. Cleared up the line, and again, Sunderland turned the possession over. 74%. Sunderland have only completed 31 passes in the second half. Gruev. Solomon tries to roll his way around Roberts. Solomon's done well there. Tenacious. But he's given it away. Rigg. Oh, they completed 2 passes and it's out for a throw-in. Dan Neal's pointing that out to Isidore. Honestly, I've not seen something like this for a while. I swear it's been about 15 minutes now. Sunderland cannot touch the ball. It's just all Leeds. But it remains Leeds 0, Sunderland 1. It's another foul on Solomon, who's taking a bit of a battering. Referee lets the advantage go. Oh, nice little knock through to Aronson. Sunderland have the ball. There we go. 1 pass. 2 passes. Can they keep hold of it? They've won a foul, but that didn't do them any good when Rigg did that 10 minutes ago. Goodness me. Regis Labrie has let this go a while. Surely he needs to freshen it up now. Sunderland unable to keep the ball at all, although they've got it now. Patterson, and they've managed to spread the pitch out a little bit rather than just the entire game occurring in their, the kind of final quarter of the pitch. They've switched the play, and here's Bellingham. They've actually got the ball in the Leeds half now. Attempted ball down the line, and I mean, this is manna from heaven for the Sunderland fans. 45 seconds of not defending, yeah? And then, big switch of play. Good ball. Roberts. Roberts comes in off the right. Shooting chance. Roberts hits the shot. Meslier saves. How about that? So for all the possession, Sunderland have just pulled out a shot on target, hey? Out of their defensive shape. Switch of play. Roberts in off the right. Meslier makes the save easily, but it's a shot on target for Sunderland, who, honestly, the entire focus now is just get that clean sheet, isn't it? Ampadu. Nice little ball inside. Gruev. Ampadu. Gruev. Sunderland in that deep, compact 4-4-2. Without the ball, that is. Little knock inside. Pirou, edge of the box. Pirou hits the shot left-footed. Good save, Patterson. And that's probably more like what Leeds need to do, faced with this defensive shape from Sunderland. Get some crosses, get some shots going. A nice dribble away by Pat Roberts. It's good from Pirou. Work the keeper. Neil Warnock's probably saying it in the studio. Make defenders defend. Make the goalkeeper save stuff. Go away from the playbook. I know the playbook works generally for Farker. Right, substitutions. Here we go. Rothwell in for Leeds. Strauick in for Leeds. Tanaka and Grueff out. No attacking players changed, but that will bring Ampadu into midfield. Strauick in at centre-back. So it's a completely new look central midfield. It'll be Rothwell and Ampadu, you would think. With Strauick going to partner Road on at centre-back. That's one of those substitutions. If it comes off, you look a genius. If it doesn't work, the fans will all say, why didn't you put an attacking player on? But Farker obviously believes the space is further back, and that is where, well, you're going to have more touches and the players are going to have more impact, aren't they? Although Firpo tried to play that out to Solomon. Warren to Swansea. Has that been confirmed now? Is Luke Williams out of Swansea? I like Luke Williams. It's a shame. Never want to see anyone sacked, obviously, but Diggler, I would get Rothwell on for Grueff. Well, there you go. That's happened. You got your wish there. Do I mean parking the bus? I mean, use whatever language you feel comfortable with. Defending's defending, isn't it? However deep your line is. At the moment, it's winning football from Sunderland, isn't it? So, yeah, if that's parking the bus, then I'm sure they're happy to park the bus. Whatever that indeed means. James down the left. Booted into the night sky by Bellingham. Chased down. Is that Dan Neil trying to get his team forward? He just ran down the pitch to sort of press the ball as if to say to the rest of his teammates, get away. Get away from the goal. Here comes James down the right for Leeds. James dummies the cross right-footed. Tries to go in between two there. Lefay. Sirkin clears up the line. Once again, Sunderland turn the ball straight back over to Leeds. Rothwell. Second half, 72% possession. However, Leeds, one shot on target, 0.11 XG. Sunderland have got 0.12 XG in the second half. We created better openings. The one for Hume on the volley and the one for Roberts on the edge of the box. Meslier equal to both. Ampadu now playing in midfield. Cross is blocked. Cleared away by the Black Cats. And you would hope they would sprint out and be able to get away from the goal. But no, Rothwell carry to Firpo as we come up 75 minutes. Solomon, right foot cross, back stick, nobody there. Luke O'Neill applauds his team. They're doing a hell of a lot of running, a hell of a lot of concentrating. Right, this is going to be the sub I was talking about. I think Regis Labrise is going to change his wingers now, which is just extra legs. Out comes the wonder kid, Chris Rigg. In fact, he's not changing the wingers. He's going to change the 9 and the 10. I think Wilson Isidore's coming out. I thought he might take Rigg out and put Enzo Lefay in the number 10 position and say, look, just try and get forward if we get a counter-attack, but don't worry about defending down the sides. Isidore goes out. He's the match winner at the moment. Rigg has also gone out. Samed and Mayenda on. So whether they're just going to play at 9 and 10 or whether Lefay comes in more centrally, we'll find out. What it does do, if you look at that Sunderland defensive shape, they'll be the top two in that. So they will be leading the press. And I think Labrise will have just told them, look, get in that position and run. Run a lot, press, work this for us. Here comes a rare Sunderland foray forward. It's bounced nicely for Sirkin. Oh, Sirkin tries a little feed in. And Mayenda had his back to goal. Just knocked by him. So, yeah, Samed, I suspect, is playing at 10 and Mayenda at 9. But I don't think that's much going to matter. I think they're both going to be defensive midfielders, basically. And they're both in that defensive shape now, tracking back. Here's Firpo. That might be a yellow. Robertson Firpo. I think he's going to get away with it, but it is a free kick. Rig's gone out. It's a school night. It's bedtime for the Wonder Kid. Right, Ramazani and Joseph are coming on for Leeds. So I assume Piru's coming out. And one of the wingers for Leeds, James or Solomon, I reckon he'll leave James in, to be honest. I think Piro's time is done here, though. I think Joseph will come in for Piru. Free kick, though, for Leeds United, which Rothwell's going to whip over with the right foot. In it goes. Good delivery. And there is the equaliser. And it is one of the substitutes. Pascal Strauch heads in from Joe Rothwell's delivery. They've not been able to create a hell of a lot. And it's a set play that gets Leeds back in it. Strauch off the bench. Rothwell off the bench. The two subs have combined. And that puts Leeds United level on 77. It is Strauch with the goal, and it is Leeds 1, Sunderland 1. Beautiful delivery by Rothwell. Sky have got the camera that goes behind the throw-in takers on the touchline. And yeah, all Strauch needs to do is just get a little eyebrows on that. That's exactly what he does. And he's got the equaliser. It's Leeds 1, Sunderland 1. And we knew as that was happening that Matteo Joseph and Largi Ramazani were going to be coming in. Aronson and Solomon out. As we... Oh, no, he's left Piru in. So he's going to play Piru at number 10. Joseph at number 9. And let's be fair, given Leeds have had all the possession, all the half, and it's 1-1 now, and maybe the wind goes out of Sunderland's sails a bit, they will think they can win the game now. They've got 12 minutes to make and take a big chance. Or will Sunderland miraculously get up the pitch now? The draw, remember, is good for Sheffield United. If it stays like this, then of the top 4, it'll be Leeds 1, Burnley 1, Sunderland 1, and Sheffield United 3 in terms of points this round, this weekend. But we may get another goal in this game. Dennis Sirkin has been yellow carded now for Sunderland. Leeds are level. Leeds will go for it now. Absolutely. Wish they'd scored early. Might have made a game of it now. Well, we've got 10 to go in this one. I'm sure Sunderland will still be pretty happy with the point. I'm sure Sheffield United fans will be pretty happy with the point. But there's still time for Leeds to go for this. And given they've had all of the ball for most of the match, for pretty much all of the match, actually. 73% possession in the second half. 59, okay, in the first half. So markedly more in the second half. But here they come down the right-hand side. All knocked inside to James. James is in the box. James, Piru, edge of the box, strikes left-footed. blocked out. No handball shout there. He's got his hands behind his back there. And well played, Lefay in the corner. And he pokes it out. It's a Leeds throw. I think they're going to go for this now, aren't they? Exactly. Flashback to that Leicester game. It all turned in that one. He's got swept away in the last 10 minutes. And that's what it is, Jay. A 10-minute battle, isn't it? Leeds have just got to force the ball into the goal. And you think if you're Sunderland, just get out of here alive. Just keep them out. That's how it's been for most of the game. But with that equalising goal now, it makes it so much more pronounced. Meslier has got it for Leeds. We are into the last 10. It is 1-1 Leeds versus Sunderland. It'll flick on for Ramazani to chase. Joseph scoops it back up. Ballard chases it. He says, where on earth is the right midfielder covering? And now Ramazani's running behind him. Ramazani into the box. Ballard blocks him out, but the offside flag is up. Every restart, Sunderland will try and kill 30 seconds, you'd imagine. Just showing the foul by Roberts for the free kick. Lovely delivery by Rothwell. Strauch heads it in. It was Samed who was screening him from in front, who hits the deck. I don't know if he wins it in the air with Strauch anyway, but certainly not going to from on the floor. Patterson has been booked. He's taken his yellow card for taking too long now. Hurry up, because you're taking too long. The Orange Raider. 10 minutes of defence vs attack. I mean, I think we've already had 35 of that in the second half, haven't we? Sunderland have broken out a couple of times. Actually got shots on goal, but for the most part, it's just been Leeds circulating the ball, trying to make space in a great Sunderland rearguard defensive performance. And Nin knocks that back to Patterson. Joseph, frantic chasing down there. Pretty helpful, though, because Patterson gives it straight out for a throw, in which Bogle takes quickly. Bogle. Oh, don't go home there, Ballard. Oof. This is proper frantic now. Leeds pressing the hell out of Sunderland, looking for this winner now. And we said, for the most part in this half, Sunderland have not been able to keep the ball in the slightest. 74% possession now Leeds have had in this second half. Trying to get in down the left-hand side with Ramazani. Firpo takes the throw in. Strauch. Rodon. Bogle. It's exactly as we said, the two subs that came in, Samed and Mayenda. Just go and stand furthest forward and lead the press. Try and make Leeds work a bit harder, because they've just been able to keep the ball for the entire half, haven't they? Ampadu. Rothwell, who got the assist for the equaliser. Nice ball through the lines by Rothwell. Piru, good turn. Well played, Piru. Knocked out to James. James crossing position. James on the right. It's going to go all the way over to Ramazani on the left. 1v1 with Hume. Hume goes front foot, wins the ball. Roberts too strong for Ramazani. And Roberts tries to switch the play. And they just can't get out. Whenever they win the ball, within seconds, it's always back with Leeds. That's been the way. I think there's what 1-2 minute period, probably about 10 minutes ago. But for the rest of the entire second half, Ion Paveda, formerly of Leeds, is coming in for Patrick Roberts. Straight swap. Pervader will play down the right-hand side, you would imagine. As I say, he is known at Elland Road. Ampadu knocks it forward. Lafay. Hospital ball back from Samed. And Bogle wins it down the right. Bogle comes off the touchline. Peru tries to march it through the middle, but gets crowded out. Lafay draws a foul. Clever play by Enzo Lafay. As it stands, 70-70, 65-63. And Sheffield United will have made 2 points, as it stands, on every team in the top 4. 3 draws, 1 win. Here is Strack. Ampadu. James trying to help it down the line. Bogle throws it in. James gets it back. 87 now on the clock. If you assume there's going to be 5 minimum stoppage time, then 8 more minutes for Leeds to try to find a winner. Sunderland trying to get out of here with this point that they have scrapped and clawed for. Is that going to break in the box? So it's bouncing about pinball style. And they've got their lines cleared. Trying to get up the pitch, Sunderland. But again, I sound like a broken record. They've just not been able to keep the ball, the Black Cats, for this whole second half. Neil. Samed. Pervader on the right wing. We have an attack for Sunderland. How about that? Rolled in to Hume. He just put too much on that Pervader, didn't he? And Leeds win it back. Firpo in the corner is going to draw the foul. Silly from Pervader there. Overhit the pass and then fouled Piru. Melier restart. Strauick, the goal scorer, off the bench. As I said, when Farker made that substitution, I'm sure there have been a lot of people in Elland Road going, go on, bring a striker on, when he's bringing on a centre-back and a central midfielder. But to be fair to Daniel Farker, the central midfielder crossed the ball in for the centre-back. The 2 subs combined for the goal. So I'm sure he'll take the W there, Farker. O'Neill. 89 on the clock. We're entering the last minute of normal time. But you know we're going to get 5 or 6 minimum stoppage time. Mayenda's trying to work Strauick. Strauick's done well, though. And Firpo knocks that one across the box to Rodon, who's had a couple of lovely fun sprints out, hasn't he? Trying to get his team up the pitch. Here he goes again. Ampadu, Rothwell, Ampadu, Strauick, Firpo, left wing. Pervader nips in front of him. And here comes a yellow card for Junior Firpo. A cynical rugby tackle. He knew he was dead there. Just needed to stop Pervader running in treacle. Firpo. Hilarious. How much stoppage time are we getting then? As Firpo goes in the book. 5 minutes stoppage time. We've done this before, ladies and gentlemen, haven't we? 5 minutes stoppage time. Daniel Farker's talking to Sam Byram. Wonder if there's going to be one more sub. Leeds going to bring their fullback on. That's terrible from Sunderland. They have possession at the back. Switch of play out to Sirkin. 8 feet off the ground, and he evidently can't bring that down on his chest. Heads it out for a throw, and the ball is back with Leeds, who will try and force the issue for the 5 minutes of stoppage time. Ramazani, edge of the box. Oh, that nearly broke for Joseph. Nearly was able to control that. And if he does, he's in on goal. Crowded penalty box. Ampadu fouls Poveda. I have to say, Poveda with his first touch and acceleration has actually made a bit of a difference for Sunderland. The ball's kind of stuck to him. Daniel Farker's decided that Junior Firpo's knackered and he's going to get sent off. So he subbed him off and put Sam Byram in, as we saw. Firpo out, Byram in. 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Of minimum stoppage time remaining. Byram on the ball. Looked like Byram got fouled there. Ref lets it go. And here comes Mayenda down the right wing for Sunderland. Mayenda. Nice little ball inside. Samed. Hume. Hospital ball by Hume. That's really poor. He's given it to Joseph. And a really weird kind of clothesline type tackle by Luke O'Neill, who has been yellow carded. He was clearly just going to stop Joseph. However, didn't make much contact, but he clearly just tried to run in front of him when he knew he was done. Takes the yellow card there. Ballard boots it away just in time to not take a yellow card for delaying the restart. And we have 2:20 minimum stoppage time to play. Bogle, James, Piru. Oh, there. Byram's completely open on the left wing, but they couldn't turn it around the corner. Rothwell, I think it is going to go out to Byram now. 2 minutes of stoppage time remaining. Mayenda and Samed trying to keep the press and intensity going. There hasn't been much of it from Sunderland, I have to say, in the second half. Bellingham tracks that back with Piru and does really well. Spins round him and boots that down the ground for Poveda to chase. Sunderland front players who are trying to press say, look, come with us. The Sunderland back players say, no thanks. I'd rather just defend my goal, which they have done manfully. 80 seconds remaining minimum stoppage time. Will there be one more chance? Bogle. Bogle turns inside. He's into the box. There's a little stumble. Bogle hits the shot, deflected. That's going to be a corner. And we go into the last minute of minimum stoppage time, and Sunderland are going to have to defend one last set play. There was just a little slip there. Looked fortuitous as it was happening, but it might turn out to be big, which allowed Bogle to get that shot off with the left foot. Rodon and Strauick and Ampadu have got something up their sleeve. Byram's in. They all know where the corner's going to go. Can Rothwell execute it, and can Sunderland defend it? They're all in a line. They've got something planned here, Leeds. Rothwell, right-footed, sticks the corner in. They've got the flick on. Samed half ahead of Ramazani. Volleys it in. That's going to go back out fortuitously. It's a crossing chance again. Rothwell smashes it in with the left foot, and they have won it. 5 seconds away from the end of normal time. And Leeds with a massive promotion goal there. Headed in by Strauick. The substitute has scored twice. Sunderland have clung on and clung on and clung on. And it's going to be a late winner for Leeds United. Strauick off the bench, scoring both of the goals. And that feels like an absolutely decisive goal in the promotion race. Leeds 2, Sunderland 1 with the last kick of the game. Unbelievable. So many fortuitous things. Bogle was going down the right. there was that little slip that allowed him to put the cross in, or the shot, which deflected out for the corner. And then from the corner, there's a completely shanked shot, I think from Ramazani, which then goes back out to Rothwell. Rothwell does really well. And I think so both the goals have been Rothwell crossing it in for Pascal Struijk. I questioned the substitute of Farke at the time, that people will say, why didn't he stick an attacker on? He's nailed it, Daniel Farke, hasn't he? Incredible. Let's have a look here. There's the horrible shanked shot. Rothwell does well. He stays onside. Here comes Rothwell. Brilliant cross. I think the cross probably is going to go in anyway, isn't it? But Struijk, from a combined distance of about 1 metre, heads in both goals here. And Daniel Farke, no wonder he celebrates. I mean, let's be blindly honest. Leeds have been banging on the door for the entire game in terms of possession. And they are going to get a vital, vital late win. There it is, full time. Farke and Lebris shake hands, and that is a vital, vital win. Of course, we're going to get shenanigans. I'm sure Luke O'Neill will be right at the heart of it as Pascal Struijk tries to shake hands with Dan Neil. Struijk is the match winner. Don't know where Luke O'Neill is, but wherever the trouble is, he'll be in the middle of it. It is a mighty, mighty, mighty important win for Leeds United. They have won with a 90. It's gone down as 90 plus 5. It was very close to 90 plus 6, wasn't it? I think it was like 94 minutes, 55 seconds, like 5 seconds of minimum stoppage time remaining. It is a big, big finish, a big, big moment in the promotion race that we will look back on, that takes Leeds right back to the top of the table on 72 points. What that does now, and this is absolutely key, and I will try and bring up the league table for you. This now puts Leeds United 10 points ahead of Sunderland. So what I would ask as well to you guys in the comments is, have Leeds just finished off Sunderland in terms of Sunderland's ability to catch Leeds? They've got to get 10 points on them in the remaining 13 games. So you do wonder now, does that take Sunderland out of the title race? Probably not the automatic promotion race, but they're 10 points behind in terms of the title race. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm trying to, my computer's going as slow as Junior Firpo was running in that last few minutes of the game. Let me bring you a league table. Here it comes. There you go. Leeds 72. Sheffield United 70. Burnley 65. Sunderland 62. The story of this game. Sunderland, double chance on 2 minutes. Good double save by Meslier. The second one, really good from Roberts. Came out, made the block. From that moment on in the first half, Leeds dominating possession. Sunderland defending very, very well. Very efficiently, good team shape. Leeds not making any chances. And then, bang, Wilson Isidore on the break. Rolls Ethan Ampadu, scores him, sticks it in off the far post. Sunderland going 1-0 up at half-time. But Leeds make the comeback. The second half, Sunderland literally cannot keep the ball. 72% possession for Leeds. They turned it over literally every time they got the ball. Sunderland, it was attack versus defence. There was a key moment where Daniel Farke is going to look like a bit of a football genius here, because he brought in Pascal Struijk and Joe Rothwell at 71 minutes. He didn't bring a striker on. He changed his central midfield, and Joe Rothwell assisted Pascal Struijk for 2 goals. Daniel Farke looks very pleased with himself, and well, he might. The temptation would have been to shake up his attack. He changed the midfield, and it looks like a masterstroke from the German, who is closing in on a 3rd potential league title in the Championship. It was a set play just before the attacking players were going to come on. It was, who was coming in? Ramazani and Joseph were coming in, and they scored from the set play, Rothwell to Struijk. And then in the dead of stoppage time, 5 seconds remaining and 5 minutes minimum stoppage time, they just keep the corner alive. Couple of little bounces go their way, Leeds. There's a slip before Bogle crosses it. Ramazani shanks his cross, but Sunderland were just out on their feet. They couldn't head another cross away. It's brilliant from Rothwell. One with the right foot, this one with the left foot, swings it in. Strowick heads it in to the back of the net. And it is a huge win for Leeds United to take them on to 72 points, back to the top of the table with 13 games to go. I asked the question again, have they there taken Sunderland out of range, essentially? There we go. Thank you so much. There's like a million comments have come in there. I can see a super chat there. Let me try and read that out. Mark, thank you so much. $5 on the super chat. Mark, thoroughly enjoy your report with Sam Parkin and Matt SB. These watch songs are amazing. Thank you so much. Speaking of Sam Parkin, we will be back tomorrow with Sam. God, did he get his prediction right? Again, bloody rascal. Hey, absolute rascal. Sam will be back for the championship check-in tomorrow. We will get his reflections on this massive game, massive late goal, massive win for Leeds United. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Time for me to go to bed and calm down. A huge late win for Leeds in the last seconds. It was Leeds 2, Sunderland 1. How big will that result turn out to be? Night, everybody. See you tomorrow for the championship check-in podcast.